Hello Middletown Township, it's Joanne from Middletown's Parks and Rec, here with another recipe for you. We have a treat today. This is something I haven't made in a while, and it's something that, if you watched my last videos, you know I'm not a big seafood person. But when I find a seafood recipe that I like, then you know it's going to be good, because I'm not a good person with seafood. I came across a recipe, you can see how old and decrepit this piece of paper is, for Maryland crab cakes. I had never had crab cakes before. I went to Baltimore, and when I was there, I said, I have to try crab cakes. And when I tried them, I loved them. So I found a recipe that I really like. It's so easy. I'm so shocked how easy it is to do. You need 1 large egg, excuse me, mayonnaise, which is 2.5 teaspoons of mayonnaise. When you're measuring mayonnaise and things that are sticky, always spray the inside of your measuring cups, because they'll come out nice and easy and clean. Dijon mustard, 1.5 teaspoons. A teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 cup of finely diced celery, all diced up here. And parsley. I have fresh parsley here that I've chopped up. You can also use dried. The recipe calls for, where is it, parsley? 2 tablespoons. If you're going to use dry parsley, just use half the amount. So you would use 1 tablespoon of dry parsley or 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. And then just mix these up well. Okay, and once you have them mixed, you add your crab meat. We've used 1 pound of lump crab meat. Now here's a secret. When you go to the supermarket to buy crab, you can buy it fresh in the seafood department. I have done that, and I've hated it every time I buy it, because it has a lot of shells and cartilage and things that you gotta pick out. And they also sell it where the tuna fish is, in cans. I have had very good luck buying canned crab meat. There's no shells in it. It's very clean. It's very fresh. And don't shy away from buying canned. I'm using 2 cans of crab meat for this. This is a little less than a pound, but 2 cans seems to do well. You can do 2 or 3. And it's something that you could keep in your cabinet for any time you need it. So you put the crab meat in, and then you need a 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs. Those you can either, sometimes they're in the aisle where the breadcrumbs are, and sometimes they're in the seafood department. So you put the crab and the breadcrumbs in, and you just mix it all together. Now once you put the crab in, you don't want to really mash it around, because you don't want to break up those nice big chunks of crab. So just mix it up until it's all combined and wet. Now you have to allot a lot of time for this, because once we get this all mixed, we're going to form it into cakes and then put it in the refrigerator to chill for about an hour, and that chilling makes it all stick together. I've tried to cheat a few times and it doesn't work. I've tried to rush it, and what you end up having is, when you're frying them, they start to fall apart, and then you'll have a lot of waste. So this is all combined now. And what I have here is a cookie sheet that I lined with aluminum foil. I happen to have the non-stick aluminum foil in the house, just because we did The other recipe I had posted about was making campfire packets for dinner. We did that the other night, had a lot of fun doing it. So I have the nonstick aluminum foil. You don't need nonstick, just aluminum foil on a cookie sheet, because this is how you're going to put them on, what you're going to put them on to put them in the refrigerator. Now this makes 6 crab cakes. The recipe says about a ½ cup each. Because I'm using a little less crab meat, I'm using 1/3 cup to form them in. I like to put them into a measuring cup as my mold. So I'm just putting them in, and I'm pressing it down to make it nice and tight. And hopefully they'll come out whole and stay in the form of a kind of a cake. Let's see. Maybe I pressed it too hard. All right, so let's try it again. Let's get a butter knife. I'm going to run my butter knife around the edge to loosen it up. And we'll try it again. There we go. There's our cake. You'll get the hang of it once you've done it a few times. I haven't done this in quite a while because we haven't been food shopping in quite a while. But when I passed them on the aisle, I said, oh, crab cakes, that's something that I think everybody would like to know. I never made crab cakes before. I used to buy them frozen if I wanted them. And these come out very good. So let's run the butter knife around the edge. Make sure it's all together. There we go. So I'm going to do it 4 more times, but this is how your crab cakes come out. Once I get them all lined up, we're going to put them in the refrigerator and chill them for an hour. So we'll see you in an hour when they're all chilled. Here's a shot of them just before they went into the refrigerator. I'm going to cover them with some saran wrap and let them chill for an hour so that they all stick together really well once we put them into the frying pan. Again, see you in an hour. Okay, we're back, and I just took these out of the refrigerator. They've been in there 1 hour, nice and covered. Hopefully it'll stick together when we put them in. And I have put canola oil in our frying pan right here, just plain old canola oil, covered the bottom, and when it starts to shimmer is usually when it's hot. So hopefully we're hot enough, and we're going to be putting them in. Now the directions say 3 to 5 minutes per side. It feels nice and solid. There we go. I don't want to crowd them, so I'm just going to let them sit for 5 minutes, and then we'll be back. Okay, we're back, and we're getting ready to turn it. Just be careful, because with little pieces flaking off, the oil does splatter. So just be careful. And let's see how this goes. There we go, nice and golden brown. So we're going to let that, we're going to turn the others, let them cook. Let's give you a better view of this. And I'll show you the finished product when they're done. Looking good. Here you go. They're all done. Just don't be like me and rush them. When you take them out of the oil, let them drain on some paper towels and let them cool. I tried to move them before they were totally cool and they started to crumble apart. So they're very delicate. I would suggest even cooling them longer than the hour that I did, but they worked out pretty well. We're going to have them with some salad and some corn on the cob and all kinds of great stuff. Also, I have also a recipe for some tartar sauce that I will post on the Facebook page with it. So you can use them with tartar sauce, lemon, cocktail sauce, whatever you like. I hope you enjoy them. As I said, I'm not a chef. I'm a home cook. I love to cook. and I hope you enjoy them. Bon appetit!